everybody, welcome to Mad Metal Guy Videos channel, bringing you some Borderlands content. Today I have for you guys a Wilehlm level 60 build for Borderlands the pre-sequel. So I'm going to be going over what I use, like my class mods, my weapons, etc. And then I'm going to go over the skill tree and everything real fast. And at the end I'm going to do some actual combat during, to show you how well he does. First weapon, if it's, if I like to mix things up a bit, I'll use the bladed torrent. I really love the torrent. It's a fast firing. If I'm trying to kill a lot of things really quickly, there's like a lot of enemies, I'll use a torrent. But I don't use it as often, only when I'm over encumbered with flesh enemies. It's level 60. The E-gun. Essentially I didn't start the mission for what's it called? Sub-level 19 until level 60, so I can get a level 60 E-gun, so that's really cool. Twin blowfly for corrosive enemies, or armored enemies, I should say. Okay. So yeah, the E-guns is what I use the most, unless it's a armored enemy. So, and then I'll use the blowfly. And it's a twin blowfly, so that's really good, so it's double. And then I got a deep pocket bada boom. I got a shock one. And the reason why I got a shock one is if it's a badass, or if it's, mostly a badass, or a boss with a really high shield, I don't have another shock weapon, I just use the bada boom. And yeah, as far as gear goes, I have a standard purple absorb shield. I didn't really feel a shield was really, any type of shield was really contributing to the build that much. For class mod, I have the Celestial Enforcer class mod at level 60. It gives me shield capacity, extra shield capacity, and gun damage. It also gives me 5 and a lot of skills. And yeah, I'll go over the skills in a little bit. I have a meteoric, whatever, oxidizer. I really like this one because it gives you a little bit of health regeneration and incendiary resistance. Also, it helps with burning, your incendiary chance. And it's just a great, Oz kit all around, so I use it. And for the grenade mod, we have a snowball. I really love the snowball. I have no idea why. It's just a great weapon. So, yeah, I use the snowball for my grenade mod. So, yeah, that's practically the gear I use. Let's go over the skill trees. So, first I'll give you a quick glance over the skills. I go into Hunter Killer, Cyber Commando, and somewhat into Dreadnought. But, yeah, basically the only reason why I go into Dreadnought is for the 10 extra points into these two. Anyway, let's go over each individual skill. I have this one because I really love fast reload speed. Like, it's hard to explain, but I am, completely, spoiled by Axton and his super fast reload speed, so I had to get faster reload speed on this character. So I put all 5 into this one, plus it's also good for Wolf Air speed, he can move faster, and the projectile speed. So yeah. Fire support, wolf damage plus 50%, that's good, and it'll come in handy, and gun damage plus 30%. So right off the bat, just by the class mod, and just from the class mod in this skill tree alone, we have an extra 60% gun damage, which is great. Laser guided. I really like this skill, and it comes in handy when you're using your action skill. It's kind of necessary for this build. And what it does is if you push the action skill button, or F in this case, again, while Wolf and Saint are active, it'll ping an enemy, and they'll take an extra 25% gun damage, or all damage actually, and if you kill them, you get an extra 5 seconds in your Wolf and Saint duration. That really comes in handy when you're talking about Rolling Thunder. Rolling Thunder is, while Wolf is alive, you'll periodically gain stacks of Rolling Thunder, increasing Wolf's damage by 10% for every 5 seconds. So every time you kill a pinged enemy, you get 10% more weapon or wolf damage. And wolf just becomes super overpowered at that point, and you basically, he kills everything before you can really, and when you get to like 20 stacks of it and above, it really just kills everything before you can kill it. You just gotta make sure you start pinging things a lot, or else it'll, Wolf and Saint will go away. Cold War, I like this skill because if you're doing any type of elemental damage, it'll give you extra freeze chance. So yeah, if you're doing fire, corrosive, shock damage, is there explosive? No, just those three, you'll get a 25% chance of freezing, and if you're using cryo weapons, it'll give you an extra 10%. And then Omega Strike, this is just good because it makes Wolf a tiny bit stronger, and yeah, it's just great. Missiles are great, and it gives a little explosive damage to Wolf. So yeah. Now we're going into Cyber Commando. I put 5 into Man and Machine, and that's a really good skill. It gives you shield capacity plus 30%, which is great. Maximum health 30%. Wolf shield and health up by 50%. It's really more for Wolf, but it's a good buff. So yeah. Targeting Scope, a kill skill. Killing an enemy gives you increased accuracy and critical damage for a few seconds. So that's cool. 100% critical, 100% critical hit damage extra, and 50% accuracy. And then I didn't go into this one. I thought about, going into Power Fist, and it does help if you're like trying to do a final blow and you're reloading, but it wasn't all that necessary, and I feel that the skills, because I didn't do this until the level cap upgrade. Like, I didn't even spec into Power Fist until level cap upgrade, but then I reset my skill tree because I just didn't feel it was necessary, and I like the other buffs over here. But yeah, I also went into First to Fight, which gives you an extra 32% gun damage for 5 seconds after you do damage, and then it goes away after 5 seconds, or after 5 seconds, and then it comes back after 5. So that's pretty cool. Another skill I went into was Shock Absorbers. It allows you to, for one, sprint while shooting, and you do no accuracy penalties. But it also gives you an extra 20% gun damage while sprinting, which is really great, actually. So that's pretty cool. And then I also went into Emergency Response. So when your shield is depleted, you get extra reload speed, fire rate, wolf fire rate, and it lasts 15 seconds, which is pretty cool. I really like that. I only put 4 in these two, but yeah, I could have put more, but I decided not to. And I went into Welcome to the Gun Show because I like that extra reload speed. You may not want to go into Welcome to the Gun Show, but I did. I just felt the extra reload speed was great. That gives you extra weapon damage, reload speed, magazine size, accuracy, and recoil reduction. So that's pretty cool. I didn't go into Divert Power or Meteor Slam because those are weird. But I did go into Vengeance Cannon. So whenever your shield becomes deleted, you activate a shoulder-mounted cannon that shoots incendiary blasts. It's really good, especially if you're fighting badasses. I noticed that if they deplete your shield, you can like easily tank their health, especially if it's a flesh badass, and it just helps. It really helps with badasses. So yeah, and that is my level 50. That was all through level 50, and then when I got to level 50 to 60, I started going into auxiliary tanks, which gave me an extra 20 seconds of Wolf and Saint duration. Also, Wolf and Saint cooldown rate plus 30%. And then I went to Energize, which occasionally Saint will restore 80% of your shield capacity at random, and it's cool because you get 80% of your shield back. And also Saint will regenerate 6% of your health per second, which is great. That's awesome. I wanted to go into that Or I didn't want to go into that, actually, no. I was looking at these two, but I felt they didn't really contribute much. So, yeah, I just decided on these two. Badass rank is around 6.4% average. Oh, I have badass token. Oh well. But yeah, I don't have a super powerful badass rank. So that's what I use. And now let's go into some combat. Real fast. If I can aim. But anyway, you see, once you get past their shield, it just tanks their health. They pretty much almost instantly die. And this, I've had better runs, but yeah. It's just, you are really overpowered at this point, especially when you ping an enemy. And you just gotta be able to get up to that 20 stacks of rolling thunder, and the game practically plays itself. So yeah, I'm not the best at this game, but I'm not the worst, so there could be some human error with my fighting. So yeah, that's usually the reason why I die, because this character is pretty OP and doesn't usually die. Where the hell are the enemies? They're just... oh, there you are. And I use the E-gun. I feel it is the best non-elemental laser, and I really love that, because the thing I don't like about the Rosie is it's always a certain element, and it can't be non-elemental. And that's cool and all, but you have to have multiple Rosies, you know, to be able to do real good damage to certain opponents that are, you know, less vulnerable against certain you know, elements. So I just use an E-gun because it is, you know, non-elemental. That's pretty much all I use it for. Anyway, so I'm trying to find some enemies. No, die. Thank you. But yeah, I'm at 20 stacks now, which means, or 24, which means Saint becomes pretty powerful actually, and pretty much starts playing the game for you. Where the hell is that enemy? Quit running. I need to kill you. But anyway. Come on, die, 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 die. Thank you. Alright. But anyway.
If you can disrupt it, the field should come down.
Anyway, he's still pretty strong by himself, especially when you start getting certain things going. Why did I die? I didn't even... really? Okay. Well, I died, and that was just pure stupidity. I don't even... it's retarded sometimes, this game. Can derp out and just kill you at random. I mean, yeah, I do realize that I was taking incendiary damage, but... really? Oh well. Anyway, guys... really? Really? But anyway, guys, this has been my Wilehlm build. If you like my video, like, comment, favorite, subscribe, do what you want to do. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.